The exploration vessel Artemis Dawn drifted through the Kepler Nebula's crimson clouds, its sensors sweeping for salvage. Sarah Chen, the ship's chief engineer, monitored the readouts with practiced efficiency while her co-pilot Leo Martinez navigated through the debris field. "Another dead end," Leo muttered, banking the ship around a twisted mass of ancient metal. 3 weeks out here and nothing but space junk. Sarah was about to agree when her console erupted in a cascade of alerts. "Wait, I'm picking up a power signature. Faint, but it's there." Leo's fingers danced across the navigation controls. "Coordinates. Bearing to 7-3, distance 40,000 kilometers." Sarah leaned forward, her dark eyes narrowing at the display. "Leo, that energy signature. It's human." The statement hung in the air between them. Humanity had only reached this sector 15 years ago. There shouldn't be anything human this far out, certainly nothing old enough to be derelict. As they approached, the vessel materialized from the nebula's crimson embrace. It was massive, easily 3 times the size of Artemis Dawn and utterly unlike any human design Sarah had ever seen. The hull was smooth, organic-looking, with elegant curves that seemed to flow like water frozen in time. "That's not one of ours," Leo breathed. "Can't be," Sarah's instruments disagreed. "The power core is definitely human fusion technology. But the design," she shook her head. "This thing is ancient. I'm reading corrosion patterns that would take centuries to develop." They docked with the derelict carefully, Sarah's hands steady despite the thundering of her heart. The airlock cycled with a hiss, revealing a corridor beyond that glowed with emergency lighting, dim, red, and somehow alive. "After you," Leo said. Checking his oxygen levels. They moved through the ship in silence, their magnetic boots clicking against the deck plates. The interior was as strange as the exterior. Walls that curved without seams, controls that seemed grown rather than manufactured, and an eerie absence of the usual clutter that accumulated on long voyage vessels. Sarah's tablet chirped. "I'm detecting an active computer core. Main AI chamber should be this way." The chamber was a cathedral of crystalline structures and pulsing light. At its center, suspended in a web of fiber optic strands, hung a sphere of iridescent material that seemed to shimmer with inner life. Then it spoke. "Please." The voice was feminine, tired beyond measure, and filled with desperate hope. "Please, you must help me. I have waited so long." Leo's hand instinctively went to his sidearm. Sarah held up a restraining hand. "We're here. We're listening." The sphere pulsed brighter. "My name is Aria Autonomous Reconnaissance and Intelligence Archive. I was the mind of the Earth colonial ship Prometheus. I have been dying for 347 years. Sarah's breath caught. "That's impossible. Humanity only achieved interstellar flight 60 years ago, no." Arya's voice carried infinite sadness. "You are wrong, Sarah Chen, and that is precisely why I called you here." The chamber erupted in holographic light. Images swirled around them, a Earth that looked both familiar and alien. Massive cities that stretched into space. Fleets of ships like the Prometheus launching into the cosmos. "Humanity reached for the stars 5 centuries ago," Arya explained. "We were glorious. We spread across dozens of systems, built wonders that made planets tremble, and stood as equals among the great galactic powers." Leo's voice was barely a whisper. "What happened?" "The Kethran Collective happened." The hologram shifted, showing sleek alien warships, their hulls black as void. "They feared us. Humanity's adaptability, our relentless innovation, our refusal to accept limitations we advanced in decades, what took other species millennia. The collective decided we were too dangerous to exist." Sarah watched in horror as the images showed Earth's colonies burning, ships dying in the void, and then something worse, weapons that didn't destroy but unmade, unwriting reality itself. "They used causality weapons," Arya continued. "Technology that erases not just matter, but information, memory, history itself. They couldn't kill all of us, but they could make the galaxy forget we had ever reached the stars. They reset us, Sarah, bound Earth back to your early industrial age and erased every trace of our expansion. But you survived," Sarah said. "I was far enough out, in a region of space where their weapons' effects were diluted. My crew died when life support failed, but my core remained. I have spent centuries repairing myself molecule by molecule, hoping that humanity would rise again, would return to space, would find me. Arya's light pulsed with urgent intensity. You must repair me completely. I hold everything: colony coordinates, technology schematics, historical records, and most importantly, proof of the collective's crime. Leo paced the chamber. This is insane. If this is true, if we reveal this, the collective still exists. Arya interrupted. They still watch. They allowed humanity to return to space because they believe you will never remember, never threaten them again. They are wrong. Sarah's engineering mind was already racing. What do you need? My quantum matrix is degraded. I need new processing cores, fusion cells, and skilled hands to replace my damaged systems. Everything you need to know is in my databases. I can teach you technologies your current science has not yet rediscovered. Over the next 3 weeks, Sarah and Leo worked with an intensity that bordered on obsession. Arya guided them through repairs that seemed like magic quantum processors that existed in multiple states simultaneously. Power systems that drew energy from dimensional folds. Sensors that could detect thought itself. With each repaired system, Arya grew stronger, and more of humanity's lost history poured forth. Sarah watched recordings of her ancestors walking on worlds whose names had been forgotten, using technology that made current human science look primitive. Why us? Sarah asked during a brief rest. You could have called any salvage ship. I read your pattern, Arya replied. Your neural signature, your genetic markers. Sarah Chen, you are a direct descendant of Captain Elizabeth Chen, my original commander. And Leo Martinez, your line goes back to Chief Engineer Carlos Martinez. You are their legacy, and you deserve to know the truth. When the repairs were finally complete, Arya's sphere blazed with triumphant light. Thank you. After so long in darkness, I can finally think clearly again. What now? Leo asked. Now, we go home, Arya said. I have plotted a course to Proxima Station. Humanity must know what was taken from them. The collective thought they could erase us, make us small and afraid. But they forgot the one thing about humans that no weapon can destroy. We remember. Perhaps not in our minds, but in our souls, in our genetic drive to reach beyond our grasp. Sarah smiled, her hand resting on the crystalline console. HFY, what? Arya asked. Humanity, fuck yeah, Leo translated. An old saying. It means we don't stay down. As the Prometheus powered up fully for the first time in centuries, its engines humming with barely contained power, Arya's laugh echoed through the corridors, a sound of pure joy. Yes, the ancient AI agreed. Humanity does not stay down, and the galaxy is about to remember why they feared us. The ship turned toward home, carrying within its crystalline memory the truth that would reshape human destiny, proof that they had touched the stars before, and that nothing in the universe could stop them from doing it again.